Some relief is in sight and it arrives tomorrow afternoon. We just have to get through this afternoon. We'll have to see if we get there, but if we do, we'll actually break a streak of over 3,000 days. We haven't seen 100 degrees here in Nashville. Wind, rain, and then some snow. I'll walk you through the hour-by-hour forecast of tomorrow's storm.
What's the biggest threat to folks?
The biggest threat is the timing, because it's going to be overnight, so you can't really go to sleep tonight. You need to have a way to get watches and warnings. About 20,000 customers across the state are without power, including us here at News 7. That's some areas of freezing rain. That's where you start to get some ice on the roadways. So notice the freezing rain stretches from Montgomery. I know the weather is pretty crazy at Jay Peak right now. The wind chill is when you combine the air temperature with the gusty winds, and that's what it feels like on any exposed skin. 4 fresh inches of snow overnight means it's the perfect day to strap on the skis and hit the slopes. Now, winds will be gusty from the northwest tomorrow at about 15 to 20 miles per hour, and that's great news so we can generate some green power. So we could break a record, but either way, we're not going to really be able to enjoy the warm weather because we're going to be stuck with the rain all day tomorrow. We're still gusting tomorrow morning around 30 miles per hour, so you'll likely need the winter jacket if you're heading out early tomorrow morning. At the airport in Burlington, 2 inches of rain fell in just 2 hours. Well, it's day 6 of the heat wave and it's going to be really hot this afternoon, but we do have some relief in store for tomorrow. Already 95 degrees in Boston, 96 in Norwood, but when you factor in the humidity, it feels even warmer than that. We're feeling like the triple digits for most of eastern Massachusetts, 107 right now in Providence, so it's really hot to be outside. Make sure you're taking breaks in the air conditioning and drinking plenty of water. Heat advisories in effect through 8 o'clock tonight, but we do have some relief in store for tomorrow. There's a ton of moisture in the atmosphere with our dew points in the 70s right now, and we're going to use some of this moisture to fire up some storms later on this afternoon. Now, this cold front is going to move through, and that's what's actually going to give that forcing mechanism to touch off those storms. But behind that front is much cooler air. 73 right now in Syracuse, but 63 in Ottawa. So cooler temperatures are in store for starting tomorrow, and they stay with us right into this weekend. So over the next 12 hours, we're impact weather through about 8 o'clock because of those storms and the high heat and humidity. But then we start to clear things out into Wednesday. Already storms firing up across the state, and one starting to really bubble up across the northern part of the state, moving already into Westford and Boxborough, and that'll be impacting 495 and moving into the North Shore over the next 10 or 15 minutes or so. So there is the risk of some storms later on this afternoon. We'll be watching out for some damaging winds, even some small hail, and of course lightning and downpours through about 10 o'clock tonight. The strongest storms look to be in the southeastern portion of Massachusetts. But here's the futurecast by 2 p.m. impacting Worcester by 4 o'clock, moving into Boston, down towards Providence, and then by 6 o'clock, they're moving into the south coast and impacting Cape Cod. This could be the area that sees some of the stronger storms that will fire up later on this afternoon. We clear things out once the sun sets, and then much cooler air moves in for this weekend. So overnight tonight, we do stay warm, temperatures 65 to 70 with those evening thunderstorms. And then tomorrow, most of us will see high temperatures in the upper 70s to near 80 degrees, much different than what we've seen over the last couple of days. So impact weather for the rest of this afternoon because of those storms and the heat and humidity. Much cooler temperature-wise for Wednesday and Thursday. Thursday's our next chance for some thunderstorms, but that will help drop our humidity levels even more. Moving into Friday, plenty of sunshine for the weekend and much less humid air, so it's going to be a great weekend to spend any time outside. And the good news is the less humid weather stays with us right through the first part of next week.